My friends, I'm super excited that you're here at One. This is a project that I've been working on for a really long time, and it's here. And I'm really excited because it's truthfully more effective than I honestly thought that we could get. Recently in my own life, I found some things that have really translated some of the things I learned 15 years ago. I just really didn't know how to implement. And one of the core principles underneath everything we do is the difference between informational learning and experiential learning. Sometimes we say the difference between information and formation. And so, in my own journey and in the work I do, there's a lot of times where we're talking about information. But over the last probably 5, 6 years, I've learned to help people really have these experiential shifts, whether that's at a couples breakthrough that we've done in the past, or a retreat in Hawaii, or a men's rise event. But more recently in my personal life, I discovered kind of a combination of a few things that just made everything more effective, more rapid, helped me get more connected to like who I really want to be more consistently and learn how to hold it. And that's the thing that I see help couples the most. Whether just a man comes to an event or a husband and wife come and start working with me, one on one, or they come, down to St. George and meet with me in person for a day or two, and then go home. Like, I'm finding that some of the most challenging situations couples have faced, when we do these deeply effective interventions, it really starts to shift things, and each of them comes to a higher level of self, and they start to interact and address their problems more as a united team, both from their strength instead of from fear and anger and hurt and betrayal and addiction and whatever these things we face, right? When we're trying to get resolving our problems from this state of being, state of mind, it's much more difficult. And so when a guy comes to At One, or a couple comes to the new us, they go through this process that helps them both elevate to this place. And then we start addressing the old problems without all the emotions in the way. We don't, sweep them under the rug. We don't pretend the past didn't happen, but we deal with it from a different state of being, which makes it quicker and deeper. And I would say it's more of a spiritual healing than maybe what we used to do, let's call it a psychological, mental, emotional healing. And so one of my favorite quotes from this concept came, a couple came in, and they were struggling like couples do, and I helped them get to this, this place where they're both reconnected to themselves and each other. And I remember the man who would, he was pretty heavy in victim and blame and anger, and I've been there before as well. But he said, he's like, when I'm in this state, when I feel this way, all of our problems seem really easy. And that's the place we want people to start to resolve. And then they go home with a plan, whether that's a man with a renewed desire to go home and invite his wife into a higher type of connection. He shows up, more engaged, more present, more happy, more alive. She feels that. That's a presence feel rather than just a behavioral feel. Or when a couple comes together and they reunite against their problems and they handle it while they're here with me, and they're able to have a reparative, experience, and they know how to go home and intentionally do better, that's where things change. And so for any of you that are struggling or hurting, I want to just let you know, it's my firm experience that couples can come back through the deepest of pains, the darkest of nights, the most challenging things that we face as men and women. I've seen couples come back from. I've been able to be a part of that journey, and the good news is it does take effort, it does take intention, but it doesn't have to take a long time to get back to good and then be nurturing that connection, because what we all want, if we're not in pain, is we want that connectedness. And most of the time we're in pain is we're not getting that connectedness. So we help get that reconnection. We help you feel like you're focused together and you have the same vision, right? A lot of couples plan time planning a wedding. How many of us even know how to plan a marriage, how to figure out intimacy, how to figure out parenting, how to balance this masculine and feminine difference? This is an opportunity, whether you're coming to At One or the new us. Both of those are built on the same principles that will help you take your marriage to the next level. So I'm excited to get in touch with you, whether you sign up for At One or you come and get on a call with me to discuss your marriage, and we talk about some customized options. I'm looking forward to helping you, and I know that whatever you're facing, I can help you get through it. And it won't be me that heals your marriage. It will be you, ideally with the Lord, that will make it even quicker. But you can do this, I promise. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.